Hey guys, some time ago a subscriber sent us an email and told us that they'd been buying some stuff through Amazon, some Japanese stuff through Amazon, and that it had been good, and recommended it for us to put on the English friendly directory for the online shopping, because we've been talking about online shopping a lot. So they just said, hey look, you're interested in online shopping, try Amazon, they're really good, and we've been buying Japanese stuff through them, it's really good. So we told you guys that, and at the same time we also gave them a bit of a try ourselves and dealt with them a little bit. So then within the last week we received a check from them, and it wasn't for very much, just a few dollars, but it was a check from an American bank, US bank, and just a normal bank check from a US bank, which in Japan you can't do anything with, basically. There's not many places in Japan you'd be able to cash that. So it wasn't really any good to us. So we're like, oh well, maybe that's just, might as well throw it away. Obviously it's not going to be any good to us. But we sent an email to Amazon and said, look, received this check, it's not really any good to us because it's just an American check. Didn't even say US dollars, it just said dollars, so it sort of doesn't mean anything to a Japanese bank. And they sent back an email. Within about 12 hours we received a response, and it was a real email. It wasn't a form sort of letter like you'd get from Google or one of those other big companies. It was a real email from a real person that had been specifically written, you know, to us, dear so-and-so, and you know, we understand, and it was actually signed by a real person, and basically said, okay, look, don't worry about it, we'll cancel that check, you don't have to do anything, we'll cancel that check, and then we'll just give you a Amazon gift certificate, or gift card, whatever they call it, so that you can just use the credit to buy something on Amazon, which is the best solution for us, because the only other solution for Amazon is they transfer money into your bank account, but they can only do that if you're in the US. So the only solution for people outside the US, other than the US bank check, is the gift certificate, which is fine by us because it's only a couple of dollars. But the point of this was how impressive the response was, because, you know, we've made videos on our other channel before about what it's like dealing with Google and how frustrating that is and how impersonal it is. A lot of the big companies are the same now. Very difficult to actually get to communicate with a real person. But how impressive it was a fast response. It was a written email. It wasn't a form letter that they'd cut and pasted from somewhere else. It was a real email with real sentences constructed by a real person and signed by a real person. And so it was really impressive. So we sent back a response and said that was impressive. You know, that was a fast response from a real person with a real solution. That was the other thing, is that we've become accustomed to big companies not giving us real solutions to problems, you know, just more links to their FAQs and so on. And you know, so we're really impressed. A real person, fast response, real solution, excellent, well done, you know. And then almost immediately we got another email from another person, because we'd written our response to the person who'd sent us the email. We got another email from another person saying, no problem at all, we're happy to help, if you need anything else let us know, and I'll pass on your thanks to, what was his name, Harold or something. We'll pass on your, Donnie his name was, we'll pass on your thanks to Donnie, which was just amazing. It was the sort of service that you'd normally get from a small company instead of, you know, from a big company like Amazon. It was really impressive. So we decided it was worth a video. It deserved a video, because if we're going to be making videos on our other channel about how bad some big companies are, and which we think is also important, we think that if companies treat people badly, that it should be talked about, because that's the best way to stop them doing that, is to talk about it. So, but by the same token, if companies treat people well, we think we should tell people about it. So we're telling you about it, and we've already got them on the English friendly directory, and now we're really happy that they are there. And there'll be a link in the description underneath this video, and also there'll be a link above here, just here. There's a link here now, and you can, if you've got your annotations turned on. And again, we'll recommend them again. If you want to buy something from Japan, you can buy it through Amazon. there you go. And if you have a problem, they'll help you really quickly, like they did with us, without most likely. So anyway, there it was. More videos coming soon.